What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel Truck It Prowl. So if you've come to this channel for this video, then you're probably fed up of doing the same old office job and looking for a new career. Well, stay around and I'll tell you how to go through the process and how easy it really can be. So let me tell you, becoming a HGV driver is a very exciting job. Nothing's ever the same. Every day is different. You get to travel all across the country and sometimes even beyond. Is that something that sounds good to you? And let's not forget about the salary. Let's face it, the main reason why you're here is because you're looking at a change of career, or you know, you can't afford to leave your job because something's just not paying as well that you want to do. Now, we do earn well and there are a lot of perks and incentives to keep you going. However, we do put in the hours, so just keep that in mind. So the first step in the UK is to go online and apply for a HGV license. So how do we do that? Let's check it out. So you've got this far in the video, so it's obvious that you want to become a HGV driver. I'm going to go through 10 quick steps of how you can get your HGV license in the most simple and quickest possible way. Anything that you need will be in the description below, so all the websites that I use for this, I will put them in the description, so it'll make it nice and easy for you. Hope you enjoy the video, guys. Watch this. So where do you start? Log onto your laptop, your phone, whatever it is you're going to use, your device, and the first thing you need to start looking for is a driver's and medical test. Now you can book these with your GP. They do tend to be more expensive for the GP, or you can go privately and get one done, which is generally around the sort of £50 to £60 mark. The GP is generally about £100, so save yourself a bit of money and source it privately, I'd say. Step 2 is applying for your HGV provisional license. So this is basically going onto the Gov website. So just type in on Google HGV Gov website and you'll see straight on there that there'll be a provisional. You can apply for the paperwork. They'll send that off to you. As soon as you receive it, fill out the forms and send them back with the medical certificate. Now you've done that, the next thing you want to do is select a training company. Now, they can vary. Obviously, they're all different prices, so it's hard for me to say that it's going to cost you X amount. But I believe with the new scheme that they've brought out, car to class 1, it is a little bit cheaper than it used to be. You used to have to go and do your class 2 first, which was about £1,300, and then your class 1, which was an additional about £800. So you're looking at about 2 to 2.5 grand roughly before. Not too sure right now. Best thing you can do is have a little call around of 3 or 4 different companies and get some quotes. Once you've done that and you've got booked in onto your training course, you'll need to start practicing for your CPC training. So CPC training is like the theory test that you'll do for your car. So once you've trained and practiced those questions, you'll then go into a test centre. It's usually the place where you're training, and you'll have a 30-minute test with 100 questions and the pass rate is 80. Once you've done that, you then go on to do a hazard perception test. Hazard perception being pretty much the same as the car one, just obviously it will be a video of you driving through a busy area in a lorry and looking out for the hazards. Right, so we've got through the boring stuff, all the paperwork, all the nitty-gritty stuff that we don't really want to do but we have to do. That's all done and dusted. Now for the exciting stuff, the practical test. The practical test does vary. I did 3 days and on the 4th day did my test, but I believe it's quite common for it to be 4 days of training and then you do your test on the 5th day. So it's a full week basically. You'll go out with an instructor. He will teach you everything you need to know, checking your mirrors, reversing, coupling, uncoupling. And then on the 5th day, you'll go and do your test. Literally just go out with the test examiner, and they'll more than likely take you around a similar route, not always the same route as you've been practicing on your test, depending on where you do your training. Just a little sort of, I think it's about half an hour or 45 minutes. Then you drive around just like in your car test, as long as you don't get any majors, and I think you're allowed 9 minors. That's it. Once you've done that, you'll come back to the centre. You'll then do your reverse. They'll test you on that. And you'll do your coupling and uncoupling, and then voila, you either pass or you don't. But hopefully, in your case, you've passed. Everything's great. What's the next step in the process? The next step in the process is to wait for your CPC card. To wait for your CPC card to return to you. So once that comes back, you can then apply for your digital tachograph. You can't apply for it until you have your CPC card. Once you apply for your digital tacho card, which I believe takes about 20 days to come back to you, then you can start applying for a job and you're ready to go on the road. You can apply beforehand, but just be aware some companies are a bit funny about it, so just make sure that you let them know and they're aware of the situation. But other than that, well done, you passed your test and you're on your way to being a professional driver. So don't be scared to follow the process. It is quite simple. It really isn't that hard. The hardest part of it is basically just coming up with the funds to do it. Once you've got that, it's pretty much plain sailing. You won't regret it. It's one of those jobs where it is what you make it. It is very lonely sometimes, but at the same time it's very rewarding. You get to see lots of different places and make lots of new friends. I can honestly say it was the best decision that I ever made, and I would not go back to an office job or anything of the sort. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give me a little like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you on the next video. And pros and cons, just click the video above and we can get started on what it's like to actually be out on the road. Thank you for watching.